Okay, there are some things that I'm just thinking about, and they are very strong because I'm just, I don't know. Sometimes I just think like this, and my head feels. You know when you've thought and thought and thought that you can't think anymore. Your brain, you feel like your brain, the electric charges in your brain are, uh, the electric charges are, what's the word? Like, I don't even know how to express it. Like, you try to, but you know what's funny? That life is spiritual. Life is fucking spiritual. And I was listening to Professor Richard Feynman, teach, and it's about vibration. Life is vibrational. Life is about vibration, and the human brain emits these electric charges that that these charges are also vibration, they're also waves. So let's say you're thinking about something, the person next to you can be thinking the same thing. That's what forms a community. For instance, a community, look at a community. For people to come together and build a community means that they are thinking alike. The electric charges in their brains, the waves, the vibrations in their brains are synchronizing and synonymizing with each other. So they are thinking the same, they are practicing the same, they are speaking the same, they are acting the same, they are behaving the same way. Down up to generations, although there can be variations and modifications of any behavior that is attributed to a community. But the idea still remains that it's vibrational, is an electric charge. That is why people feel hot when you um, 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 people feel offended and hurt when you talk against the community, when you act against the community, when you disrespect the community. For instance, the community, they have certain laws. Some of these laws are not even written, they are not even um, um, is a law. Um, they are not usually written. They are not usually streamlined. They are not usually most times articulated or drawn out or mapped out. But but because you're a member of the community, because you're a member of the team, because you're a member of the group, you just act in accordance. And when you do something, let's say the more articulative example I can give to express what I'm trying to say is when things fall apart, when Okonkwo killed a man. So the consequence of murder is banishment. He was banished because you know that you've gone astray. You've committed a sin. Let's call it a sin. You've committed a sin. So he was banished, and that was the consequence. So when you do something that is not in relation to the community, you are banished. But the idea still remains that it's vibrational. It's it's um, um, it's also sensational because you can feel what someone else is thinking. You can think what another person is thinking. It's telepathic communication, and I've talked about telepathic communication for too long, for over 10 years, and I really don't understand what telepathy means because there is no, I do not have the adequate information, but it's neuroscience, it's plastic science, it's neuroplastic science because 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 this research is not up to 10 years now. So this idea that you can think what someone else is thinking, you can say what someone is just thinking in their mind. For example, in music, have you ever been singing a song in your mind and someone next to you starts singing the song? Have you ever wanted to say something and someone next to you just says the same thing? And have you ever thought about a thought or an idea and you see someone else saying the same thing or bringing out the same idea? So that's telepathic communication. Even this part where you are yawning, and the moment you start yawning, someone else yawns. You can just meet a stranger on the road and yawning is a good example of telepathic communication. So you don't have control over those things. It's just telepathy. It's the brain, and I'm learning that our brain was designed to save us. Our brain was designed to be used. Our brain was designed to make us function. Like you can't function without your brain. Like literally, even down to the microorganism, down to the unicellular. Take for instance the bacteria. If you look at the bacteria is a unicellular organism, but it is very sophisticated. Down up to the brain activity is very very sophisticated, and 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 most researchers attribute it to the function of the DNA, although they can't make a strong case, because you can't even study up to 10% of the DNA. You can't know the functions of the DNA completely, right? And it's confusing. It's very confusing because many of these researchers are conflicted. This person is bringing out this idea. This person is bringing out this idea. So it's really conflicted that we can't know the potential of our brains. We really can't know the what this organ can do. So 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 when you don't know the full function of this organ, it's not better you try to experiment. It's not better you try to make use of its maximum potential to see what it can actually do. So that's the concept. We want to stretch our brains to its maximum use, to its maximum potential, right? right right, and we can do that in children. Children's brains are children's brains are elastic. Yes, that's the word, elastic. Their brains are still elastic because they are still young. So children, their brains are still very elastic. They can stretch the molecules of their brains. The the nerves in their brains can be stretched. The neurons, call it the neurons. So they can stretch the neurons of their brains, and their brains can receive enough information. Please give me the flash. So that is the reason why children need to go to school very early in life, because their brains are still young, and it's of huge importance to them, because when you get older, the nerves become contrasted. You really can't do much as an adult. It's harder for an adult to learn than a child. So what will take a child 10 minutes to learn? And you see, children are very curious, because their brains are very plastic, very malleable. So I think that's what causes their curiosity. They still have this um, plastic brain. So that's why they can easily learn things. So it's good to teach children, drive them out to learn while they are still very young, because because it's good for their brains. It's good for children's brain. It's good to teach them when they are young. They say catch them young. Why you catch them young is because, oh God, catchy. So it's good to teach children things when they are young, and I usually make a strong case that we should teach children music, teach them musical instruments, because there's this body mind synchronization it does. Body mind, and that body mind is brain mind you. Not just brain mind. Okay, yeah, brain mind, because it's the brain that coordinates the fingers, coordinates the mouth, coordinates other activities. So it's like a brain mind synchronization. So that's what music does. Music, teaching children music expands the neurons in their brains. It makes their nerves very, very, it makes their nerves, what's the word, it activates the neurons in their brains. So music is like, the importance of music cannot be overemphasized. Really, it really can't. So that's one of that's one of the that's one of the ways of um, 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 creating prodigies, teaching children, for them to learn fast, for them to expand their memories, the horizons of their brains. So, the aim is to stretch ourselves beyond possible limits. We don't know the limits of our brain, so we need to keep stretching it, keep on expanding it to the maximum, right? To the maximum. So, let me stop here for some time, because I want to think about something else right now. Like, my brain is in a fix. Like, I'm in a fix, like a big time fix, and I'm just trying to know, and in trying to know, I feel like it's stressful. It's stressful trying to know things we do not know, especially as an adult, when your brain now is hard. The neurons, the nerves is now they are not easily malleable. You can't shift from the things you know into the unknown easily as an adult. It's conflictuous, the things you know, and then you're getting new information. You have to separate the wheat from the chaff. You have to sieve out old knowledge, and it's difficult as an adult. So I think one thing you need to do is to apply this childlike curiosity, childlike curiosity. But I'm going to end this now, and make another podcast, right?